Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Locked In. My name is Megan Holden,
I'm Sam Rodriguez.
and today we are going to be doing an NFL mock draft of the first round. Sam, are you ready?
Oh, I've been ready for this.
You've been ready for this? All
Been
right.
ready.
So we did a coin flip before this started, and I ended up getting the odds picks, and Sam here is going to take the evens. Sorry about your Broncos. I promise I'll be nice.
We'll
All
see
right.
about that.
All right, but let's get locked in. Now we're gonna use a draft simulator here. I'm gonna pull it up. Draft Network. Now we do not have, we're college students, so we're not gonna pay for the premium. So there's no, we're gonna announce the trades if there's a trade, and just let you know we're not gonna be able to do it through the app. All right, so dun dun dun. It's that noise that they make in the beginning. All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. First pick of the 2020 NFL Draft for the Bengals. I mean, the obvious choice I feel like is Joe Burrow, and you have to go with Joe Burrow. You've been needing a franchise QB forever. You have the opportunity. I would not take a trade here, just because I feel like there's no other QB that's a sure thing in this draft. Joe Burrow's the most sure thing you're gonna get. We talked about it last episode. He's efficient. He's confident. He can pass. He can run. He has all the tools. So Joe Burrow's my pick. Who you have?
All right, for number 2, going to the Washington Redskins. I think it's an obvious choice. I have Chase Young being drafted there.
Now,
They need, ask away.
All right, they're talking about being open to trading the pick. Would you be open to trading this pick at all?
Not at all. I
Not
said
at all?
Chase Young's the best player in this draft. If you trade away there's no one in this draft that compares to his level that he has right now. So if you trade that away, you're kind of trading away a superstar. I mean, this man has it all. He has the height. He has the pass rush. His power is ridiculous. He gets away he has the skill, but he doesn't even have to use it. He has brute power, just bushing through everyone. And if you trade this pick away, you're honestly not thinking right.
Yeah, I think Washington fans would riot if they trade.
Oh, I'd
away.
riot. I don't even like Washington.
All right. For number 3 pick, Detroit Lions. This is going to be interesting because they're going to get phone calls. I'm looking at the Chargers might want to move up here. Miami might want to move up. Maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know they need a QB, but I'm not sure if they're interested in Tua. But let me see. What about you? I know you have control pick 6. Are you interested in trading?
Pick 6?
Yeah, you got the Chargers. Do you think the Chargers move up here? What do you think is going on?
I don't think the Chargers move.
No.
I think they have a good spot unless they get something crazy in return.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know what they want. They have their minds made up, and who they want is going to flip the pick 6. I'm really not worried about that.
Yeah, you just told me you're going to draft Justin Herbert. That's what it sounds like. All right. So I think for pick 3, I mean, they need a quarterback and they need a defensive line. 2 obvious options here. I think there's a good chance they could trade back for maybe Miami or QB or someone that needs a QB who wants to get Tua and is a little scared. But I think it's a better chance for them staying. So the 2 obvious guys here is Derek Brown and Jeffrey Okudah. Now I would have to go with Jeffrey Okudah for the number 3 pick, just because the Lions secondary was awful last year, and they just lost their best cornerback in Slay. Now, given yes, they did bring a couple guys in, but no one major, and so I think that they have their eyes on Jeffrey Okudah, who I feel like is going to be a more impactful player than Derek Brown. All right, who you got number 4?
I'm fine with that pick. All right, so New York Giants really need a lot on that team, a lot on that team.
Are you
but
trying
a
to
good way
sub
to
them?
start. Oh, I am subbing them right now. I'm not even subbing. I'm just going straight at them.
Right.
But what they really need is a nice offensive line. And I feel like with this pick, they take Jedrick Wills out of Alabama, the offensive tackle.
Mhm.
He was the best O lineman on Alabama. He was really unstoppable. He's big on the rush defense, and with Saquon Barkley in that backfield, it'll help him out a lot. And also Daniel Jones to be jumping when they make this pick, because this will help him out so much considering their O-line is complete garbage.
This is interesting. I was worried you're going to take Isaiah Simmons here, given that I have the Carolina pick, because they also need a linebacker. And I feel like Isaiah Simmons probably is one of the top players in this draft. Maybe could debate he's number 3. But they definitely do need O-linemen. They definitely need to protect Daniel Jones if that's going to be their future option for QB.
Yeah, they'll need it.
I would say Miami is obviously they're going to, I feel like, select a QB. Who is the question? I mean, they love Tua for a year, but now with the injuries, I feel like and then some other things, I feel like there might be some hesitance, but I feel like ultimately Tua is their guy. They go with Tua. He has potential to be a great franchise QB. He has the tools. It's just answering some of those questions that we mentioned in the last podcast.
I feel they've been talking about him for so long. If they don't pick him, it's kind of like, what have you been doing?
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so it's the number 6 pick. You're gonna be kind of shocked by this, all right? They do need a quarterback and all, but I'm going with Isaiah Simmons.
Oh, you're gonna go with a linebacker? Now tell me about that. They don't.
With the linebacker. They have Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. He's all right. He's not terrible, but he's all right. There's other good quarterbacks in this draft that they can draft later on, but Isaiah Simmons is the best linebacker in this draft class. He's a brute force. And last podcast, I mixed him up with someone else. He does have good size. He's 6'5". I mean, that's perfect for a linebacker. He's bulky. He's great athleticism-wise. He can switch easily. He's quick. And they need someone like that to help them out on that defense to be a captain.
Now, their linebacker wasn't on the list on needs. You think it's just a too good of opportunity to pass up?
It is. And like I said before, there's plenty of good quarterbacks in this draft. So if they wait till like round 2, round 3, they can get someone decent.
All right, I'll give you that. I don't really trust Justin. I don't really see I like Jalen Hurts, Jacob Eason, just as much as I like Justin Herbert. So I agree with what you're saying. All right, so Carolina needs some help on the defensive side of the ball, and they brought in a wide receiver. So I'm not gonna be thinking about that right now. You can say O-line help and inside offensive line help, but there's no one this early I would select for that. So I'm gonna focus on defensive line. I'm gonna get Derrick Brown here. I think this is good value at number 7. Now we talked about it. He can fill in the middle. He's a bull. He can fill in the gap. He doesn't have the best pass rusher moves, but I feel like you can work with that, and I feel like it's a good pick here at number 7. Those are neat.
That is a good pick. They needed something like that. They really don't have much in that defense, so Derrick Brown's a good start. And all right, going to Arizona with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, they're going to need some help on that offense, giving Kyler Murray the time in the pocket he needs. So I'm going to draft offensive tackle out of Iowa, Tristan Wirfs. I feel like he's a great pick for them. He's good pass defense, and Kyler Murray's going to need time in that pocket to get to DeAndre Hopkins or Larry Fitzgerald. So without going for an offensive tackle would be kind of pointless for them.
Yeah.
And this guy is going to be their best bet in this draft.
I feel like given the talent at offensive tackle in the draft, this is a great pick because I think most of them are going to go in the first round, and they desperately need offensive tackle.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Even though they brought back DJ Humphries, I think they still need someone on the other side. All right. So Jacksonville Jaguars. This is where it gets interesting. I don't really see for someone that fits their needs, someone that I like Kinlaw, but I wouldn't reach for him here. CJ Henderson's good. He need a cornerback, but I wouldn't reach for him here. The safety, he's good, but I don't know. So now that you have Justin Herbert on the board, you left it interesting for me. I was gonna. They have multiple first round picks. I believe they have another pick later in the draft, in the first round part of the draft.
Yeah, they've picked 20.
So I'm thinking, you don't really need to move down because you have another pick, unless you want another second round pick. So I mean that's an option if they want to. They can move down, but I would think if Justin Herbert's on the board, I don't see the guy they have right now being their guy. I'm gonna take Justin Herbert if he's on the board.
That's interesting.
Justin Herbert, for those who haven't watched tape on him, he has an amazing arm. He has great talent. He's just a different QB when he's under pressure. If he needs to work on that. But other than that, he has a cannon. He has inconsistency with accuracy, but great IQ, great character guy. But it's definitely not a sure thing. There's some things to work on, but he has good potential.
That is good. Gardner Minshew, he kind of had an all right season last year, so bringing someone in to kind of boost that up. We'll see how that goes. And all right, everyone's favorite team to hype up and then disappoint them, the Cleveland Browns. So with the pick number 10, they're going to need an offensive tackle. Baker Mayfield needs some help in there. He can't do it himself. He can't even do it with help. So maybe this will help him out. Andrew Thomas out of Georgia.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick.
He can play left tackle. He can play right tackle. He has kind of sloppy footwork, but when he's in it, he's in it. He's a big body. He's a good pass defender and run. And with him, I feel like that's going to help him out, considering losing their other offensive tackle that just retired. This is going to help them out as well.
I think that is a great pick. And also, during big games for Thomas, he showed up last season in college, especially against the Gators. He definitely has the tools, and I feel like that would be a great pick for Andrew Thomas. And now talking about offensive tackle, the New York Jets are also in desperate need of offensive tackle.
They're in desperate need of everything.
Yeah, that's a fair point. They need tackle. They need wide receiver. This draft has good depth of wide receiver. They can get a good wide receiver later in the draft. I feel like they're going to take Beckham here with the 11th pick. Make sure they fill that offensive line need early.
They could use someone like that. And all right, the Las Vegas Raiders, my bad. 12th pick. I don't see Gruden passing on this man. He's the best wide receiver in this draft. Probably the strongest wide receiver in this draft. CeeDee Lamb.
No.
I have to do it. All right. He's the best wide receiver in this draft. If they pass on him, kind of pointless. They don't have any key wide receivers right now, and Derek Carr could use some help. Or their backup they just brought in, Marcus Mariota. Whoever's throwing needs someone to pass to, and they have absolutely no one. So adding CeeDee Lamb, he can catch really anything. He's flexible. He's strong. He's big. He's quick. He's basically a lesser Calvin Johnson, and they're going to need something like that.
Well, I know Derek Carr won't complain about that one. All right, San Francisco 49ers also need a wide receiver. They also need a cornerback. But I feel like the need for wide receiver is much greater. I would say it's a toss-up between Jeudy and Ruggs, both in Alabama. I would have to give it to Ruggs, though, just because even though Jeudy is a great runner, he does have made some questionable drops. Plus, I think Ruggs is just way more explosive, and given that Shanahan offense, I feel that's the guy he's looking for. So my guy,
be a good fit.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs, the third, going to the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, Garoppolo could use some help since Emmanuel Sanders left.
Yeah.
And the Buccaneers, all right, pick 14. Brady's going to need someone to protect. Yeah, I do. He's going to need some help protecting him. They just got another offensive tackle, but I feel like they could always use more. Josh Jones out of Houston. He's debatably one of the best offensive tackles in this draft. He's not really talked about much, but coming out of Houston, he did a tremendous job on their season, and what he did was kind of remarkable, and Brady could use some of that help.
I was going to say, some people, so he's your sleeper in the first round. Would you say that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he is.
I was going to say that he's not really ranked high on a lot of people's boards. I'd be interested to see if the Buccaneers trade back a little bit with a team maybe looking to trade up for a wide receiver like the Eagles, or maybe a team that's wants to jump ahead of the Cowboys for a safety like the Jaguars. So it'd be interesting. I think they're definitely also a trade down candidate. All right.
They might do it.
Guess what's up?
My team.
Denver Broncos. Okay. So their need, I feel like greatest need is that cornerback, given that they lost Chris Harris. They have a good wide receiver in Sutton. Yes, they need someone to put on the opposite side of him. But like I said, this is a great wide receiver depth draft. So I think they're going to go cornerback. Are you shaking your head? Why are you shaking your head? I'm going to go C.J. Henderson for the pick.
I knew
Now
you were
for,
gonna do that.
yeah. So wait, how do you feel about the pick first?
I don't like it.
No,
They need a wide receiver more than anything right now.
they have Sutton. I mean, I feel like the quarterback. They just lost Chris Harris. This is a great wide receiver draft, so I feel like you'll get a good one in the second round. So don't worry about it. But is a freak athlete. He's fast. He has good footwork. He can cover. He needs to get a little bit better with tackling. But I feel like he's definitely probably the second best cornerback in this draft. And in a draft that's not that deep in cornerbacks, so you need to get it when you can.
I guess. Yeah. All right. On to pick 16.
I showed you on
You
it.
didn't sell me on nothing. All right. I'm just trying to move on.
The Atlanta Falcons.
The
All right.
Falcons really, you don't really know what they need. They
Mhm.
seem like they can be a good team every year, but they're really not. And it says right here they need a running back, but they just signed Todd Gurley, so like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
a
think
lot
so.
that they could do in this draft. They've been quiet, but I think overall their defense, they've been drafting a lot of like pros that were supposed to be really good, and they turned into nothing.
So you think they have trust
Big
issues?
Beasley, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they try it one more time and get Kalavi
Yeah.
and Jackson from LSU.
Yeah.
He's the second best pass rusher in this draft. I mean, I think come on now, listen. He
He's
can do
very
it all.
raw.
He's long, he has the speed, and he's powerful. And
This
they
is
could use that.
my only problem with him is that he's very raw. He has all the tools, but he doesn't have much experience. So I don't know about plugging him right away. I feel like you have to let him develop maybe for a year. But would be my pick for Atlanta Falcons too. Like I said, if he does, it could be like this is a boom bust prospect, and if he booms, that's a great pick for Atlanta. But it's also risky given to a team that's, like you said, have had the best luck with defensive players in the first round. But I think that they have to go for it.
He is coming back from an ACL injury in 2018, but I feel like after rehabilitation last year, coming in 2020, I think it's going to be pushed back no matter what, and he'll have more time to recover and get ready. I think he'll be ready for them, and he'll be able to start for them. I don't think he'll do a crazy amount of impact to start off, but once it starts going further, he'll be able to get the hang of it.
I agree. So now pick 17 is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I feel like they have the eyes. They lost Brian Jones. They lost Brian Jones in free agency. The second day without him is very suspect. I feel like, yes, they need a cornerback, but I feel like the better pick right here, because they also need a safety, is McKinney, Xavier McKinney. I feel like he's probably the best safety in this draft.
I had them taking C.J. Henderson,
But it's
before
not
you
your pick.
didn't give Jerry Jeudy to my Broncos. All right, I'm very upset about that. But
get over
they
it.
can use a safety. He is very good. I think he'll fit in, but C.J. Henderson would have fit much better.
Yeah, he's very versatile though, and he has great awareness. I feel like McKinney's the right pick, and for your cornerback C.J. Henderson, you'll thank me later. So
Pick 18. They already drafted a quarterback in Tua. I feel like they can really do a lot here. Do they get an offensive tackle for him? I don't think so. I see them focusing on that defense. And I have them taking Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina.
Interesting.
I feel they can keep drafting offensive tackle, defensive linemen, but right now there's not many that are worth the first round pick since we just drafted most of them. Maybe second, third round. They have multiple draft picks in those as well. I feel like you need to take this man now before he gets taken because there's not many like good defensive people coming in this draft. It's mostly offensive.
With Kinlaw, he's a bull, but he does need to get better at using his hands. There's some things he's not a perfect prospect. There's some things he need to work on. So now you just messed up my whole plans for the Raiders. Had it all mapped out. So I'm sorry, Raiders fans. Blame Sam. All right.
Hey, that's what we got to do.
So now Kinlaw's off the board. There's no DT that I would really get right here in 19. Maybe later on in the first round, but even then, that's a reach. I would have to go with a cornerback, and I'm gonna go with Jeff Clandy.
All right, fair.
All right.
Explain.
He's great in man. He's a little suspect in zone. He has great footwork. improve his ball skills a little bit, and also be more physical in zone. He's physical in man, but he needs to use his size a little bit, be more physical in zone, and get better awareness. But
All right, I understand that. And with the 20th pick, the Jaguars, I feel like they need to replace Jalen Ramsey somehow. And my guy,
I thought you were about to go for a far reach.
no,
Oh,
I
you
have
are a little bit.
AJ Terrell from Clemson. But hear me out on this. Hear me out on this.
Over Fulton?
Yeah, I do. He's lanky. He has the speed. He didn't play much competition in the ACC. That's why he's kind of like low on the board. But he can replace Jalen Ramsey within a couple years. He has the talent. He has the development speed. And I think he's going to be better than Fulton.
Well, guess what? Eagle fans are thanking you everywhere because you just let Jerry Jeudy slide to him. And Eagles are in desperate need of a wide receiver. So obviously this is the obvious choice if he lands this. They're going to go wide receiver, I feel like, no matter what. In this selection, it's going to be about who's there. Jerry Jeudy, like I said before, a great route runner, a little bit suspect hands, has good enough NFL, I feel like, speed for the NFL. He just needs to work a little bit on his hands, but I feel like other than that, he's definitely a top 3 wide receiver in this draft.
Oh yeah, I wanted him to go to the Broncos, but things happen.
I heard they're a great GM stuck to the cornerback.
All right, going to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
They are consistently in the playoffs, but they can't get that push to get there. Kirk Cousins is kind of iffy. He's all right, but I don't see them drafting a quarterback here after giving him that extension. Their defense is what loses them most of the games. So here, I'm taking Fulton, the cornerback. I feel he's best in man defense, and that's what they run mostly. Mm-hmm. Cornerbacks that can run man defense are high in this league because not many can, and he excels at that. And at LSU, he showed it all last year. And so I think Minnesota will be lucky to have him.
For the Patriots, I feel like this is a trade back option. This is where I'm going to trade back because of this. The Patriots have a lot of holes now on their offense, especially on offense,
and defense. Don't forget about that.
Little bit on the defensive side with linebacker, and it had no second round pick. So I'm trading my pick. So you know who I actually have trading up? I have Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, because they don't have a first.
They don't have a first. I have and they need a wide receiver badly, right?
They do.
They have 2 first-round picks, but based on the draft value chart, that's going to be more than the value of the Patriots 23rd. So I have the Colts trading this the second-round pick, which is number 2. And if they trade the other second-round pick, I would have to say that Patriots might have to throw in the 4th in there. So the Patriots trade their 23rd pick, which is the value of 760 points, or Indianapolis Colts second round pick with a value of 560, and I'm going to go with their third round pick value of 215. So it's about equal value. Maybe you have to throw a late pick in there. So
the Colts drafting now, right?
Yes. So for the Colts, I'm gonna select. I'm seeing Mims or Jefferson. I'm gonna select Jefferson just because he can play all 3 positions. He's fast, has good hands. He's very productive. They need a wide receiver desperately, especially with Phillip Rivers. You got a 1-year window here. Get him some help.
Yep, make it work. See if he can do anything with it. He's still a good quarterback. People don't really count on him, but he still is a good quarterback.
I agree.
And with the Saints, they have everything they need in offense. They need nothing else on offense. It's their defense that's been keeping them back. And I'm going to have them select Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma for linebacker. Because this man's one of the most explosive in the draft. Yes, he doesn't have much experience like they want, but he has the explosiveness. He has the body build, and he's quick side to side. He's one of the quickest linebackers in this draft. and I feel like they can put him to work. Sean Payton knows what he's doing, and adding Kenneth Murray will help him out, and he can help develop him quickly.
He definitely has great range and good speed. It's been interesting. I'm also looking at Patrick Queen over there. I don't know if I would pick Patrick Queen over Kenneth Murray just because he's better all the way. I feel like more polished all the way around, but I don't hate the pick. I think it's a pretty good pick. It's between. I feel like it's going to be between definitely the two, and I feel like they definitely want to go defense. All right, 25th pick here for the Minnesota Vikings. And looking at who's left, we got, if we scroll down a little bit, we got Mims. We got Mims there. For cornerback, I mean, I don't know if I would reach for anybody here. I like Ruse. I feel like he's very underrated. Inside offensive lineman coming out of Michigan. I feel like he's probably the best guard in this draft. Great pass blocker, can just swallow guys up. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick him right here. I'm gonna go with, like I said, they need a wide receiver because they just traded Diggs. So not Diggs, they just traded Diggs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Diggs.
I'm gonna go Mims right here. He has amazing speed, great hands. I feel like he will fill in for Diggs pretty nicely.
He'd be a good fit. I can see that there. They need something to replace Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
All right, going to the Dolphins for the third pick this round. They have the QB. They also got whatever, and now they can do basically a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
But I see them going with a running back, DeAndre Swift out of Georgia. He is the best running back in this draft. He showed he can play off the ball. He can catch the ball. He can run it ridiculous. He has the power. He has the speed. He's quick side to side. And you saw last year and the year before that, he just does his work over there. And I think Dolphins will be lucky to have him. They really don't have a star running back right now. And I think adding him to build up to that will help out.
Now this is interesting because I don't mind the pick. I feel like they need explosiveness on the offensive side definitely. So all they have right now is Parker, but it's interesting because I feel like you can go either Swift here or you can get Isaiah Wilson, especially if you want to protect your new QB. But Swift, I think that's a good pick too. Seattle Seahawks. Edge. There's plenty of edge rushers here, and like I said, they also need inside offensive line help. And I mentioned Ruse earlier. But let me look at my options. You got plenty of pass rushers here. I feel like still on the board. You know what? I'm going in for. They need help. Russell Wilson needs protection. That's their prized possession. So I'm gonna go with Ruse. If you go down a little bit, Caesar Ruse. Yeah, he's a great guard. Best guard in the draft. He can also play. I believe he can also play center. He just swallows up guys. And they need to fix their offensive line. And I feel like there's plenty of edge rushers, like I said, still left where they can probably get one in the second round.
That's fair. And so on to the Ravens. They have a lot offensively. They could use more, and their defense is all right. Well, better than all right. It's pretty good. But they just lost a linebacker. So I think right here they take Patrick Queen.
That's a good pick.
I think it's a good pick for them because they, like I said, they just lost their Josh Burns. And what they need is to fill that role quick. And adding someone young and hungry like Patrick Queen, he's not as fast as a normal linebacker. He's quick, but he tires out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But he has the power there. He can read coverages well. And I think this will be a good fit. And I think he'll develop quickly in the system.
Yeah. He has great instincts, but he needs to improve a little bit on his hand moves and a little bit more like you were saying with the movement. I would go Patrick Queen there too. The rich get richer. It's nice, isn't it? All right. Yeah. Tennessee Titans. They also need defensive line help. All right, I'm gonna go with AJ Espinosa.
Really?
All right, hear me out.
All right.
Like I said, they need run defense, and he's probably one of the best edge rushers for run defense. He has great hands. The only thing is he's a little limited. He can add more moves to his arsenal.
I mean, there's not much left to do in this first round, so that's a good pick for them.
Yeah, I think it'll be between him and Vaughn for them.
All right. And going up to the Packers with pick 30. They're really quiet lately in this draft. I see them getting a wide receiver. Aaron Rodgers needs the help. So
Yeah.
I have Jalen Reagor from TCU being taken.
Interesting.
He's one of the sleepers in this draft. He can make he has the ability to make contested catches. His hands are strong. He's quick. He's a playmaker, a route runner, but he does lack in certain things. But I think being in that system, he'll develop into the playmaker that Aaron Rodgers needs him to be. But I guess we'll see what that happens. But I think this is their best pick right now.
I think Green Bay is also an option to move up, like I said, to the Patriots range or that range for a wide receiver. Because I'm not sure if they're going to be that happy to get Jalen Reagor at the 30 spot. I think that's a little bit of a reach, and I think they probably wanted more of a difference maker. So I can see them trading up to get maybe Mims or to get either a Ruggs if he falls or maybe Justin Jefferson. I can see them moving up. All right, San Francisco 49ers. Let's go to inside defensive linemen. Because I feel like there's some good prospects still here. I'll select Gallimore for them.
Okay.
I think that now I watching tape on him. He has great size. He hits hard. He has good feet, but he needs to become a better tackler, and he needs he lacks a little bit of length. There's no cornerback here. I was left this early. They're also, I think, a trade down candidate, maybe to the second round.
They could be.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, with the final pick in the first round, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Dun,
They
dun,
have
dun.
the offense. They need a lot of help on defense.
Mhm.
You don't see it in games because they just score about 50 points a game and hope you score less than that.
That's
I have them taking linebacker Zach Braun. Oh, you took him.
Oh no, I didn't take him. You're gonna take him? That
I'm
is
taking
so.
Zach Braun.
That is so
I'm taking
rude.
Zach Braun.
That is so rude. I'm hurt.
They could use someone like
That's
that.
his payback. Is this? No, don't lie. This is payback for not selecting a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos.
No, listen. They need the help on defense, okay? Zach Braun's a beast. He's slept on in this draft, and they could use
I
him.
know.
They
He's
need
my
sleepers because they have late picks, and he is one of them.
Yeah, he is definitely my sleeper. I feel like he is actually my third favorite defensive lineman, or you can say he's also a linebacker. He's undersized a little bit.
That's what I
this-
was thinking of when I called
Yeah.
Isaiah Simmons undersized. I was thinking of
Yeah.
Zach Braun.
He just has great moves. He can get after the quarterback. He's quick. I would love him for the Patriots. I'm regretting trading down now. I should just traded with the Packers and just grabbed him. Because who the hell am I gonna get now? All right, yeah. So, what do you think? Looking at the draft, let's see if we can look overall. Joe Burrow #1. I mean, that's given. What's your thoughts looking at this beginning part of the draft?
I'm content with it, except for the Broncos pick. I really have them taking Jerry Jeudy there,
Okay.
or Henry Ruggs if he's available.
Okay.
They need a wide receiver more than anything. I get you they need a cornerback, but they just
Mhm.
traded for AJ Bowie. So they have him. They have Kareem Jackson still there. They have Bryce Callahan, who was hurt all last season. He's going to be coming back healthy this season. So I don't really see them needing a cornerback more than the wide receiver to help out Drew Lock right now.
But like I said, this draft is packed with wide receivers, where it's thin at cornerback, and you need someone on the opposite side, which I feel like if you can get the second cornerback in this draft, and he's quick, he's great at man coverage. I feel that's exactly what you need. Sorry, I feel it's interesting. I feel like if the Patriots don't move down, I think they're also, I don't know if they have an option to trade up. I mean, they don't have a second round pick. Might be a little hard for them to trade up far into the first round, but I can see them definitely as an option to trade down. If they don't, I have them either going with Zach Bond or a wide receiver and Mims. What didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to turn out besides the Denver Broncos?
I didn't think Jerry Jeudy was going to slide that far.
No?
No,
I don't think
I
thought
didn't
he
think he would slide that far, honestly, but I feel like every other team got what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't need wide receivers, the team that picked for him. I mean, Dolphins could have used one, but I mean, they have so many picks in this draft, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the best guy they need now.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think he goes to Oakland or San Francisco, or possibly San Francisco. That range right there, that's where I think most of the top three wide receivers are going to go. If you go up, I'll have to say my biggest surprise in this draft, you go up. AJ Terrell's maybe a little bit of surprise to me. I was not expecting him there. But Isaiah Simmons, to the Chargers. I think if he's there at 4, the Giants might probably take him. And I feel like the Chargers, I think they have their mind set up on Herbert. They're not bringing Cam Newton, I feel like, in for a reason. Their mind seems like it's set on Herbert, and I think they go Herbert right there, which is why I don't think Jacksonville gets him later. I feel like Isaiah Simmons is probably going to go to Carolina or Giants, and the Chargers will get Herbert. And I could see someone moving in actually to that 3rd spot. I could see the Chargers being maybe scared because there's a lot of smoke out there about Tua, maybe jumping into that 3rd spot. Make sure they get their guy, or someone who wants Tua really bad, who just doesn't believe all the smoke. I can see them also moving into that 3rd spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that could trade for that 3rd spot or even the 2nd spot.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're also going to be doing 7-round mock drafts for any person that requested down below in the comments. So any team that you would like us to do a 7-round mock draft for, just leave the comment down below. How are you feeling about this NFL draft? Are you excited for it? We desperately need it, I feel like, for entertainment. Need something.
I'm excited. It's going to be all online. It's going to be different, but it's something to watch. You never really know what's going to happen until draft day. People trade, they change their minds last minute. You never really know. So I guess we're going to see.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Lock In, and tune in next week on we'll be filming next Friday. So if you have any questions for that, just leave it down below. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Subscribe.